And we're back with the Coon Prairie Ramblers, ready to do some more confabulation. And Luke is going to kick off this segment for us. What's going on over there?
Joe South had an old hit back in the probably late 60s or early 70s called The Games People Played. Every time I hear that, I think about the childhood games that we all played. I mean, the kids today, the games they play are all electronic. They're sitting on the couch wearing their thumbs out, killing aliens or whatever they're doing or whatever. But I think back on games, I think of the childhood games we had. You had stuff like, checkers and cards and stuff and jacks and, blah, blah, blah. But most of the games we played were with our imagination.
Right.
All we needed was each other to play. What's some of the games you guys remember playing?
King of the Mountain.
You had to find a mountain first, though. And you had to find a hill.
You'd have a little stump or something. You could be
king of the stump. You get hurt on that thing now.
And did you know that almost all animals in the animal kingdom play King of the Mountain? And they play tag.
Must be pretty precarious for them mountain goats.
Okay.
Who probably
do the squirrels
kick
play
each other off.
King of the tree?
King of the oak trees.
Yeah. Their game is called Out on a Limb.
Do
That's
they kick them off?
Yeah, we did.
They just go nuts.
Yeah, we got out and played. I mean, you took a chalk and made hopscotch.
Hopscotch. I still like hopscotch. I would play that again, I think, if somebody
And it was
wanted to play
good. I mean, it was good for coordination.
You picked up a rock or something for your marker. You didn't have fancy markers.
No.
Going back to King of the Hill, down at the clay pits there on Hawthorne Creek at Nocatee, back in the day it was cleared off. You could camp and fish and hang out down there and swim and things like that. But there were actually some giant clay mounds. I'm guessing because that's where it was dug out or something. And these mounds of soft clay, they were like very high, probably 12 to 20 feet high, and they were soft. And we'd get up there and just play King of the Mountain, and you would sink into it while you were fighting and rolling around. And when you rolled down the hill, it didn't hurt. And we loved King of the Hill. That's back in the 60s.
Could we go back and do that?
If it was soft clay, yes.
without pulling muscles, and
we'd probably still be sore as a rising the next day.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about kick the can the other day and the origin or what it really was. But the only kick the can we ever did when you just walked down the road.
Kicking the can down the road.
Found a can, you just kicked it as you went down the road.
It was something to do while you were walking.
Right. But we always did it. Or you'd have a stick and you'd.
There are rules to it.
Stick.
Apparently, there's rules to kick the can. Do you know is that a game from people played when you were young?
I don't remember how the game went. I mean, I used to do a lot of walking home from football practice and kicking the can. Hey, one day we kicked a beer can, and we realized that beer can was full.
Oh boy!
It wasn't open, and we picked it up.
And you opened it up.
And we had kicked it a few times.
You got sprayed, didn't you?
Me and my friend Kenny Blaha, we opened it up, and when we circled around, and we was looking at it, and we had our faces right over it, and we opened it. And we're sitting there like, how stupid could we be?
I'd have paid good money to see this. But I've been kicked in the can a few times in my life.
But you've never kicked the bucket.
Had my can kicked. No, that's on my bucket list, to kick the bucket, and I haven't done that yet. But you ever play games like Mother May I?
Yeah.
You remember how that was?
Yes.
Red Rover.
Red Rover. Sending KC right over.
Yeah.
And you would never pick the biggest guy. You knew he'd cream you.
Oh, yeah.
You picked the little scrawny ones on the other side. So
yeah.
You'd lock arms.
And if there was girls playing, you'd call for the girl because you could knock her down with her.
Well, you could, but
clothesline her.
Yeah. Or you wanted a particular one to come over and try to break through.
Yeah.
It's a wonder if kids didn't get more broke arms that way.
Yeah.
And we played knife games, mumbly peg.
Oh, yes. You could spend an hour talking about mumbly peg and chicken and stretch. You ever play knife games when you was a kid?
Yes, knife game. Yeah, but you just mentioned 3 before that, and I think I never heard of that.
Well, let's start with chicken.
You
and
guys
stretch.
did a lot more playing.
We'll work our way up to mumbly peg. That's the ultimate knife game. Mumbly peg. And that word is in the dictionary. If you want to look up mumbly peg, that's a real word. You ever play chicken and stretch?
Well, stretch, yeah, where you made the people's legs come out till they finally fell over.
Yeah, you stood opposite each other, so many feet apart, and your feet were together.
Yeah.
And you would throw a knife within like a foot or two of one of their feet, and it had to stick in the ground, and they had to move that foot over. And if it didn't stick, they didn't have to move their feet. Then they pull the knife up, and they would throw it towards or beside your feet, and you'd keep going and stretching until somebody fell over.
And we did this at school, too.
That's exactly right. You carried pocket knives to school in case you need to carve your name in your desk.
Can you imagine a bunch of kids at school standing out on the playground with pocket knives?
With pocket knives. Oh, my. The National Guard would be called in. The SWAT team would just just swoop in on them and get them. But
There must be a regional difference here, because as you described the game, I remember, but I didn't recognize the name.
what did y'all call
We
it? You
probably
know,
called it something else, something much more highfalutin.
Well, chicken was kind of the opposite. You started out with your legs stretched as far as possible,
Yeah.
and you would throw the knife, and every how far you'd stick it between their feet, they had to move the foot up to where the knife was.
Okay.
Until your foot kept getting closer and closer, and they were trying to throw the knife and stick it between your feet.
Yeah.
Your feet are almost beside each other. A lot of people got stuck in the top of the foot with pocket
Whoa.
knives.
No, I never did, but yeah, I've seen it happen.
You had quick toes.
Yeah.
They learned to spread your toes real fast if you're barefooted.
Well, I never played barefooted that I remember.
Me either. Oh, no. Now tell them about Mumbly Pet.
To be honest with you, I can remember playing it so well, but I can't remember any rules. But let me think about that, and we'll consider it and probably come back to it, because I just remember playing it and don't really remember the rules to it.
Okay, well, I love talking about that. I got a funny story. About
Okay.
old buddy Royce Moss that you mentioned last.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a break and we'll come right back to
Okay.
the story of the Mumbly Pit.
Well, we'll be back in a few minutes,
Well,
sir.
sharpen your knives, boys
Yeah.
and girls, and get ready.
Don't go away.
We're going to learn y'all something.